I'm Greg Eckler. I study political science and I've been doing MUN for 2 years now. I'm now one of 3 vice presidents and I really enjoy it.
I'm Cheyenne Franklin. I'm a sophomore. I'm going to my 4th and 5th conferences in the Model UN Club. I am a pre-nursing major, so I'm a bit of an untraditional kind of member of the club, but it's been really interesting so far.
Hi, I'm Shiloh, and I am a junior at NAU, and I recently switched to becoming a history major. I used to be a forestry major, and I pretty much switched because of Model UN.
This is Claire Bergstresser. I'm a junior here at NAU. I have a double major in politics, philosophy, and law, as well as criminal justice. I joined Model UN last semester. I had a friend who kept pestering me for 2 years to do it. And at first I was like, I don't have time for this kind of club. It's a big commitment. Do I have the right skills for it? It was very stressful. But finally he got me to come. And I actually found it's probably one of my favorite experiences I've had at NAU.
So we're doing 3 conferences this semester. We used to only be able to do 1, but because we've gotten a lot more funding, we've got a lot more support from the political science department and the CIE department, we've been able to afford to do 3 this semester. And they're Berkeley, UCLA, and the big one is in Brussels, which is World MUN. The one for Berkeley is a pretty elite conference, and we had to get enough awards at our past conferences that we were actually invited, which is pretty prestigious. And then the UCLA conference happening in April is usually a really great introductory conference for people. That was what my first conference was when I started MUN. And it has like really fun committees, and it's still a serious conference, but it's just not as competitively academic. It's much more like, this is what it is, these are what these committees are like, and that's enabled us to, like for me as a person, like when that was my introduction to MUN, like it made me interested in it enough that I knew I wanted to be competitive and go to other conferences, like Brussels, which is the big one.
I've been to the UCSB Model UN conference in Santa Barbara, California twice now, one last semester and one my freshman year, and that was my first conference I'd ever been to my freshman year. And that was honestly a little bit terrifying just because I felt like it was a whole new world where people knew what was going on and I wasn't sure if I knew yet. But the conference lasts a couple days, maybe 2 or 3, and I managed to pick up so much from just kind of observing and then participating in it. And I got like really confident the 2nd and 3rd day just talking about it and kind of addressing other people's ideas and sometimes shutting them down, sometimes agreeing with them. And it was definitely a learning experience, but it wasn't inaccessible. I felt like after the first day, everyone, the people who were hosting the conference were really dedicated to, especially the first year people, the people who'd never been to a conference before, they were dedicated to teaching us and making us feel like, you know, there's less pressure and there's less kind of force being applied to us, like it was going to be a big thing, and it wasn't. It was a lot of fun.
One delegate, John Kelly, the president, won distinguished delegate, which is equivalent to 2nd place. I won the same award in a separate committee. We had a completely new MUN student, first ever, she's younger too than most of us that are competing, won an award in her first conference ever at Santa Barbara, and she's competing against kids from, you know, Stanford, Claremont McKenna, Berkeley, you know, these really high-ranking schools, and she beat.
And this club makes you know things. It makes you know things about yourself, about the world, about people, about research, about the things that really matter.
I joined Model UN on a whim. My sister was in the club because she was a political science major, and she just pulled me along to a meeting one night, and I realized that not only is it these fun competitive conferences where you meet a lot of people, the club itself has become my core friend group, and we hang out all the time, and we discuss different things. We discuss politics and history and current events and like the role the U.S. plays in a lot of these things, and it's made me a lot more aware as a citizen and as a global citizen, and it's given me a great community of people that I really care about.
You should join Model UN if you're interested in politics, if you're interested in improving your public speaking skills, if you're interested in being a more persuasive person, learning how to argue correctly, and not just argue to get someone to agree with you, but to see your perspective. And you should also join MUN if you just like fun people. We're one of the fastest growing groups, and one of the fastest growing clubs in the entire school. And MUN is also the largest club in the political science department. So there's a lot of people here. We all like to have fun. And we get to go to conferences and have lots of fun, all sorts of different places.
I went into my first club meeting last year thinking that everyone was going to be really serious and they were going to yell at me if I had the wrong opinions and, you know, all of that. And I just found that these are really funny, intelligent people who are totally about bringing more people into this club and about, you know, creating an atmosphere that's really comfortable for us and, you know, about learning and about appreciating kind of what we can do as, you know, a club to appreciate the world and world politics, essentially.
I would join MUN because it gives a person, anyone, the opportunity to meet a group of people who might become your best friends. And if you already have best friends and you don't feel that's convincing enough, I can almost guarantee you that this club will teach you something as a person, as an individual, that you didn't know before, and will make you better for it.